hasn't changed very much. However, in 1984, with the addition of the PG-13 rating, movie makers have been trying to push the envelope as much as possible in the PG-13 rating. The PG-13 movie rating was created first because the filmmakers decided that there needed to be a rating in between R and PG. Too many movies were rated R because of a little bit of more violence, nudity, sexual themes, or drug use. The question becomes, when does a movie become an R-rated movie? In the description of the PG-13 movies, most requirements even use the term generally to describe things that PG-13 movies do not include. So why aren't those movies rated R? Because of the opinions of the Motion Picture Association of America, producers and directors have even begun figuring out how to manipulate the system by including everything they want to in creative ways. Quick cut scenes, shadows, sounds while viewing something different are all ways that movies include those scenes that should make them rated R instead of PG-13. Movies do not only try to push the envelope in the rating system, they also try to get as close as they can to the line of social acceptance. Every few years, films depict events that years before would have been completely unacceptable. In Back to the Future, when the time machine was tested on the dog, the audience gasped and cringed because they were horrified that the dog can be killed. Lately, something has been acceptable in movies that has never been acceptable before: killing children. Moviegoers have been accepting films depicting children as victims. In the future, the rating system and what kinds of themes are acceptable in movies will continue to be challenged and topped. Society will continue to be more accepting to more and more disturbing elements in film. It will largely affect our communities as people accept and become desensitized to that which used to be unheard of.
Watching a movie at home usually ends at the credits, but with changes in filmmaking in the recent years, we watch movies from the beginning to the end, even the credits. Movie studios are adding clips after the credits to tease its audiences. The industry name for these teasers is stingers. These have been around for a while, but within the last 10 years they've become a lot more prominent. We've seen them more and more in popular films. Movies such as School of Rock, Pirates of the Caribbean, Napoleon Dynamite, Shark Tale, Constantine, X-Men, Cars, Transformers, and everything Marvel's ever done. In the past, they focused more on bloopers, but Marvel's taken it to the next level. Think about it. You pay to see their movies, and they advertise for other movies at the end. This is changing what we expect from film studios. Stingers won't just be an extra feature anymore, but an expectation.
According to Discovery Science, Disney required 1,500 artists to draw the images for Bambi when it was made 60 years ago. Digital animation would change the process completely. The technology for digital animation began to appear in the 1960s. People working with this technology were extremely limited by the computer's memory. The microprocessor then emerged and made it possible to store the amount of memory needed for an animated movie. In 1974, the first short digitally animated film, Hunger, came out. Hunger was nominated for an Oscar. The first feature-length film to utilize digital animation was Tron in 1982. Tron was a flop in the box office, so people were skeptical of the technology they used.
Later, Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park would pull digital animation into the spotlight. Toy Story in 1995 was the first fully computer-animated feature film. Computer animation took off. Rob Coleman, the animation director for Animal Logic, said, "Animated films are very labor-intensive. They still take hundreds of people to make. We generate 3 to 5 seconds per week." In 2001, Shrek became the first digital animation movie to emulate realistic humans. It took 300 animators 4 years to create well over 1,000 computer-animated shots for Shrek. 86 minutes of footage took 500 computer servers 100 million hours to render. Today, digital animation movies are coming out in rapid succession. With technology advancing so quickly, soon a full feature-length digitally animated film could be created by one single animator.
Over the last 10 years, the United States of America has a large portion of its media watchers members of America. And in doing so, we kind of want to see on the screen how we feel inside of our hearts. We've seen a lot of trying times over the last 10 years. We've had terrorist attacks in America. The economy's gone to crap. We've struggled. And in doing that, we feel like we're dying. Amazingly enough, one of the ways we reflect our media is by seeing that dying image on screen. And one of those ways is zombies. Zombie movies are something that really, they've gone in and out throughout several decades. But for some reason, in the last 10 years, we've seen an explosion of zombie movies. This includes movies such as I Am Legend, Resident Evil, The Road, Zombieland, Shaun of the Dead. This image of zombie movies is about how we can survive the undead. It's something that we all look toward because we want to survive what we're going through right now. Whether it's, problems at home or problems at work or problems just in regular life. This is how we view it, is through these zombie movies. Surviving an apocalypse is something that we want to see these characters do because we want to survive the day. We want to survive going to work, going to school, and thus we see an increase in zombie movies.
Love potatoes. Oh man. Thank you so much. Whew, okay. Whew, time to eat. What was that? Probably check that out. Who is it?